Hi there and welcome back, guys, to the Thoughtful Gaming channel. I'm just going to give you a short overview what to expect with the Heinlein Patch and when it's going to come out. Like, as of the Dev Diary 41, the patch is set to come out somewhere in October, probably late October, but that can change still. And what's new in this patch, the 1.3.0 patch, is auto-explore. So you can manage your science ships with a bunch of options to auto-explore the galaxy. If you don't want to do that, like similar to Civ 5's auto-explore probably, then you have rally points, which is pretty exciting because, yeah, finally you can let your fleet collect at crucial points instead of just going through the planet's list all the time and sending the fleets manually to the specific system where you want to collect them. So that's pretty good. Then we have an expansion planner here. Like, that's similar to the one in, if you know that game, Master of Orion 2. Another highly requested feature that will be coming in Heinlein is an expansion planner, an interface where you can see planets that are available to colonize or build resource or observation stations at. It is currently planned to be a tab in your Empire screen where you can filter by what you are looking for and easily see the best candidate planet for whatever it is you are looking to do. So it seems like it's not only for like classic colonies but also for stations. More details on this will come in a future development diary. And a strategic resource rework. More types of local resources, splitting strategic resources into strategic and local resources. Like, local resource will only be found on colonizable planets and will allow you to build a specific building only on the tile where they are present now. So you can't like build the alien zoo, for example, anywhere else. But you can build the alien zoo then when you have like some kind of cute animal on the planet. There you can build that zoo. So it's much better for specific planet role play. Like, you have that special planet with these special aliens on them, and that makes your people happy if you build that building. So adding more types of local resources to colonizable planets, so making them more distinguishable, more powerful buildings, and strategic resources clearly defined civilian or military use instead of being a mix of both. That is good as well. Like, that mixing up is always like kind of meh. Of course, in the real world you have nuclear power, which is civilian and military, but yeah, it's for gameplay it's much cleaner and better to have it organized that way. Make their bonuses purely global, either via the construction of unique buildings or simply by providing a passive bonus. That also takes care of the problem. Yeah, you have that special resource, but it's in a sector and the other sector doesn't have it, and all kinds of stuff like that. So there's the special buildings in the sector are not functioning. So this is really good, the strategic resource rework. Require you to have only a single unit of a strategic resource to get its full benefits, so the excess can be traded away, similar to Civilization 5, I think. Terraforming resources will likely be an exception here. That makes sense as you use them up. So what's next in the number 41 that was released? You have dedicated roles for the ships. So there is what is going to be changed. Corvettes are fast, agile ships that excel in taking out capital ships at close range. So you have finally, like, they're not just smaller units, but they have dedicated roles. And this is pretty good. So you can design them better. You can like streamline their roles, make them more special in a way. Like, not only, yeah, there's bigger ships and that's all. Nothing changes. No, they have specialized roles now. Destroyers are screens for your capital ships that excel in taking down corvettes and countering missiles and strike craft. So these will be the ships for point defense and stuff. Cruisers are close-range capital ship brawlers that tank enemy fire and engage enemy destroyers and capital ships. That's very good. Battleships are artillery and carrier ships that provide long-range fire support, and these auras you can get in the late game. So, yeah, there's more explained here, but I'm just going over this short. So, in order to make this specialization possible, we made a few changes to ship design. First of all, we have added 3 new weapon slot types, like torpedo slots now, short-range extreme damage weapons, especially for corvettes and cruisers, point defense slots to mount point defense cannons, primary defense against missiles, torpedoes, and fighter craft, especially for destroyers, extra large slots, massive long-range weapons that can only fire in a fixed arc ahead, such as tachyon lenses, arc emitters, and mega cannons. These can only be mounted on battleships and take up the whole bow section. That's pretty cool. Like, you see, the ships are getting more specific, so it will be good to give them names or give your swarms special names. You have dedicated hunter swarms with the corvettes. You can have like defense swarms with only the bigger ships in them. Pretty great, pretty great. Utility slot rework also. Amount of damage reduction provided by armor now depends on the size of the ship. So a single piece of armor will do more for a corvette than for a battleship. That makes sense. This should make armor useful even for smaller ships. That makes really sense. The special utilities will use their own slot type that is limited by hull size, and so will only have to be balanced against each other instead of having also to be balanced against shields and armor, like the crystalline hull plating, shield capacitor. Yeah, everything makes more sense now. New utility type Afterburners provides additional combat speed, allowing you to design ships that can close in quickly with your opponents. These would make sense with the corvettes and these hunter squadrons you can have, like to hunt down the destroyer squads that may enter your realms and just destroy something and then disappear. That's pretty good. Like some misc changes. As part of these changes, we are looking over the balance of every weapon in the game, especially strikecraft, point defense, and creature weapons. Very good. Combat computers will be changed from being universal to being based on ship type. So corvettes have specific corvette computers focus on boosting evasion, while destroyers have computers that improve targeting, allowing them to keep up with corvette evasion better than other ship types. That makes absolutely super sense. We're changing emergency FTL so that it sets the fleet as missing in action, meaning that fleets that successfully escape combat will always be able to flee to friendly space rather than getting stuck and ping-ponged to death. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, where would you flee if not to like a remote place? To compensate, we are making it so every ship, no matter how undamaged, has a chance to be lost when you lose emergency FTL. So it's always a risky maneuver. That is also pretty cool. Like, otherwise it would be overpowered. You could always flee, and you would like use these leaders that give you better emergency FTLs and all that stuff. We're looking into creating a special class of flagships that are limited in number by your fleet size and are the only ones able to use auras instead of all aura battleship fleets. Yeah, that makes sense too. You could give them names then, and they would be like massive, like the Death Stars of your fleet or something like that. We're looking at balancing the different FTL types and making it less hard to catch enemy fleets. That is a really hard time having to catch enemy fleets if you are going for the standard hyperdrive and you're up against someone with wormholes or like the FTL lanes. Whoa, they are so much quicker, you cannot ever get them. You must have like stations there, otherwise they warp in like and they destroy something and then they are away before you are at them. Some of our current ideas is having fleet speed depend on how far away you are from friendly space and thus resupply, and boosting the speed of warp. That's definitely good for the warp guys. Because you cannot only you can only warp short distance at the moment, like contrary to the wormhole guys, and it also takes a lot of time. So really, really bad, I think, warp drive. We're looking into fleet formations and some basic orders during combat, priority targeting, etc. At minimum, the basic fleet formation will be changed to be more sensible And no more suicide cowardly the charge. Yeah, so that is really good. Like, that is definitely a step into the right direction to a tactical combat like we're used to from games like Master of Orion 2, the legendary. Like, it's one of my favorite space games. That's why I'm like always talking about it. If you haven't tried it, like, it's a really old game, you should get it for like some bucks, and it's really cool. Especially like the big thing in Master of Orion 2 is making your own ships, the designs, all the special weapons and the fights there. That is really, really cool. So Stellaris has much more to think about, but Master of Orion is a really cool game in its own right. The 1 and the 2 even more. Like the 3, I won't go for it. And the current one, I don't know. It seems like simplified, the people are saying, so I haven't like looked at it much. But I can safely say Master of Orion 2 is a great game. So yeah, you can see that some screenshots like you have here, the torpedo slots that were mentioned and all of that stuff, and like new ship designs you can see here. Special point defense slots here. Then yeah, the different ship types. And here the battleship with much more slots and different cores also. And yeah, here's some fleet flying in formation. 40k, yeah, that's a rather late game force. So with that in mind, thank you for watching. And this was just a short like heads up. We don't have a beta patch yet. If one beta patch comes out, I'll be sure to make another video to show you the changes as well. So thank you for watching, and make sure to check out the other guides and the ongoing Let's Play as well if you like. And if you like this video, please come back. Easiest way to do that is to subscribe. So otherwise, have fun gaming and have fun with Stellaris. See you at the Heinlein Patch. No, or much before in a new Let's Play episode. Happy gaming.